name is Kenneth Amechi. I'm a professor of business and sustainable development at the University of Edinburgh. I also hold a chair at the European University Institute. I'm currently the Chief Economic Advisor to the Imo State government, a role I do on a part-time basis. I am the moderator of this program, and I'm happy to welcome you to another session, which will be on the opportunities in beauty and cosmetics in Imo State. And I have an interesting set of panelists who will take us through some of these opportunities, and I hope you enjoy the session. We'll be joined by the Honorable Commissioner for Industries, as well as my co-moderator, Dr. Jude Nzako, who is the DG of the Imo State Investment Promotion Agency. And I'll bring them on board as we go along. But in the interim, permit me to introduce the panelists, and I invite them to introduce themselves and then tell us what they do. So, Spiffy, do you want to go for that? Jane is that.
Okay. Thank you very much, sir. Hey, everyone. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay, my name is Jane Ezeka, the CEO of Spiffy Beauty World Spa and Skincare Services. Okay, basically we deal on organic skincare products. We formulate cream, soap, oil, and every other skincare products. Then we are into spa services and laser treatments. So people might be wondering, laser treatment. Laser treatment is a beam of light that we use to take care of some things on the skin, like spots and moles, like skin tag removers. We are located in Owerri, Imo State, number 3 Mbono Ejike Street. And you can check us on Instagram at Spiffy Beauty World Spa.
Okay, great. So thank you for coming, and also thank you for introducing yourself. But do you want to tell us how you got into this business?
Yes, I would love to.
Yeah, please go ahead and tell us how you got into the business.
Thank you, sir. Okay, I've been in business for 9 years now. I started with makeup, then I moved into skincare because it's more like my calling is with skincare products. You know, I started very small with my skincare. I started by selling my boss's products. So when I was selling her product, people will always tell me, they will always complain, I have this issue, I have that issue. I don't know how to relate to what the problems they have because I'm a novice in that area. So I decided to go for a training 3 years ago. I went for a training different places. I trained for my soap formulation in Accra, somewhere around Spintest. Then I did my cream-based formulation, hot chocolate products and lightning products in Lagos and did my upgrading class in Aba. Then I have a course in London by February also to attend to add to my spa treatments area. So when I started the formulation, I started with very small money, you know. I was doing it, I was
So how much is small, Spiffy, if you don't mind me asking?
I started with 150,000 to buy all my raw materials. I bought small. I was so excited. I did my first formulation on my own. I put out in markets and I sold off, especially my soap. And it happens that my products was even more effective than the one I was buying and reselling from my boss.
Okay, when you say formulation, because here we are talking to the lay audience, you know, so we are also looking at people who might listen to your story and be motivated to come into the same business. So what do you mean by formulation? Do you want to break it down a bit?
Yeah, sure, I will. What I mean by formulation is mixing of soap. Like I want to make a traditional black soap. I get my raw material, which is the base, the black soap made with shea butter. I get the base. I get other things that I need to work with. Maybe my turmeric and some other products, mix them together, soak, honey, and stuffs. Then I want to make my skincare products. I get my e-wax, which is a raw material, get my stearic acid, get my vegetable glycerin. I mix coconut oil, I mix up to double boil to get my base. So when I get that my base, I split. If I want to make lightning products, this one for lightning product, this one for normal skin hot chocolate products. So it's mixing of soap and mixing of cream.
Okay, that's fine. So you talked about how you started. So you were trained. How much did it cost you to train?
Different training, but my first training cost me 100,000.
Okay.
Mm.
And when you do your formulation, do you have a factory or how do you do it? Do
Yes.
you do it at the back of your house? And so
No, no, no,
how
no,
do you do the
no.
formulation? Yeah.
We have a factory. We have a production room where all the production is done.
Okay. So do you need to get a license for that in order to make it work?
I sure do need a license.
Okay. Something to take into consideration, because if you're into soap formulation, obviously you'll be dealing with chemicals, and there could also be other things in terms of disposal of your waste, right? So
Yes,
these
sir.
are possible things to consider if one is looking into this type of business. But on the average, how much do you think a new person who comes into this space can make after you've spent 100,000 naira for the first training, for example? You also need another 150 to buy your equipment and the materials you need. So that's already 250,000 naira, right? So how much do you think a startup can make on the average in a month?
A startup that is good, you're good with your formulation, you know how to balance the equations of your chemicals, and the product comes out very well, because the first set of markets you put out there determine how much you're going to make in future. Because some people don't have patience to come back and try if you have upgraded. So you have to be very careful on the first batch of markets you put out. That's why after production, you give 3 to 4 people to try before you put into market. So you put in a good product into market, you just be rest assured that you'll be making extra 600K or more. Yes, or more. I'm not exaggerating. I'm not overhyping. This is reality.
Okay, that's good to learn. So let me switch over to Jovita. Jovita, do you want to introduce yourself and what you do?
My name is Jovita Agwo. I manage Nobit stores. And at Nobit stores, we specialize in selling fragrances, designer perfumes, male, female, unisex, all sorts, but basically designers.
Okay.
And it's
And then how
100%
did you get in?
it's 100% virtual store.
Okay, it's virtual, right?
Yeah.
Okay, great. So how did you get into it?
Oh, well, it's out of interest. I've always loved fragrances right from time, and I've done courses. Even before then, I've done a couple of courses because of my interest. And then over time, especially during COVID, I've always done it actually, even pre-COVID, but during COVID, when I realized that a lot of my friends were not traveling, so then I was going to the US and I got a couple of orders. A lot of them were asking me, buy this, buy that. And I saw that I could actually bring as much as a suitcase of perfume. So I now personally reached out to quite a couple of them and I got more orders. And of course, while in the US, I spoke to a number of stores and kind of had an agreement with them, worked on the logistics and all that. And then I just took it more serious. And then today I'm just getting bigger and it's getting more exciting. So
okay, great. So something that started as a passion or as a hobby, put it that way. Now it's now moved into a business, right?
yeah.
That's a good way to put it. So is this something someone can do holding another job?
Oh, definitely. You can do it from anywhere because actually I'm very mobile. So, and regardless of where I am, my customers never get to know because I mean, it's a virtual business. So they place their orders and then I have people that do the delivery for me. So I just direct them to pick up, they pick up and deliver. And of course, I have my customers all across the nation and even beyond actually. So yeah, so I have, widespread of customers from anywhere I am, I sell to them, and anybody holding any other job could just very well go into it and make a decent income out of it.
Okay, so somebody listening to us now may be wondering, the kind of things you sell. I mean, instead you do your business online mainly. But if you had to break it down to somebody new to the business, do you want to highlight some of the things, some of the products, some of the brands you sell through your organization?
Oh yeah, of course, there are quite a lot of them. The regular perfumes, you have your Christian Dior, you have your Elizabeth Arden, Elizabeth Taylor, you have your, basically all their products. And then of course, you have, just name it.
So are they just perfumes? I mean, some people have, there are different types.
Different types of perfumes, basically. They're just perfumes. Any
Like
kind
I
of
say, fragrances, right? Fragrances, you know, there are different.
Yeah, definitely. Different fragrances for men, women. You know, you have the floral, you have the oud and amber, all, you know, different kinds. And of course, you see some ladies that will tell you, oh, I rather have a, you know, wear a male fragrance and all that. So those are just some of the, you know, kind of inquiries you get and all that. And some people are actually not so sure of what exactly they want, you know, but they want to ask you for advice and all that. So it's quite exciting because, I mean, there are quite a couple of courses available. And of course, I provide the consultancy services for my customers at no cost.
Okay, so you're into the business of making people smell nice. Would that be a good way?
Oh, smell nice. Yeah, I mean, that's very exciting because, I mean, you never really are fully dressed without a fragrance. So if you're not wearing a perfume, no matter what it is you're wearing, you're never fully dressed. And of course, it's something that makes you happy, gives you kind of confidence and all that. So, I mean, and I think it's Coco Chanel, that said a perfume heralds a woman's arrival and prolongs her departure. So before you come, you know, some people actually have signature fragrances. So as you're coming, people already know that this is how Prof. Samishi smells, you know, oh, that's him, he's coming. And then even after you have gone, I mean, it's still there in the air. So it's a good one. So
okay, so but how then it seems that one needs a good understanding of these products, right? And so if you met somebody today, a graduate who is considering this, because many people think that the only place you can go to get a perfume would be all supermarkets or big shops, right? So, but you're saying here there is an opportunity for entrepreneurs, micro entrepreneurs who can use that. It might even be students, it might even be people who are holding other jobs that can be part of this. So what would be your advice to somebody who wants to come into this line of business and explore the opportunities in it?
Okay, thank you. That's a good question. They're it's just a huge opportunity for anybody that wants to come into it, because I mean, it's just kind of, you know, your interests. That's the first thing. If you're interested in it, you want to know more, you want to, you know, reach out to people, know what the tricks are. I'm actually a salesperson, so by training, so I'm a professional salesperson, so it makes it easy for me because I know, you know, the tricks and turns to, you know, get my customers convinced and all that. So, and it actually has worked for me. So anybody that wants to join, yes, I'm open to that arrangement. Then they can come to me and then I'll put them through on, of course, the basic things they need to know about it. And of course, I have a couple of people that actually sell on their own. They get the products from me. So what you do, you just get your order and then it's delivered to your customer if you so desire, because the margin in the business is quite slim. So, and of course, everybody knows the range. Those that use perfumes or specific perfumes, they know the range, the price range. So you don't want to price yourself out of the market. So you try to be within competition, or for me, I try to come down a little below competition so that, you know, it will be easy for me because my overhead is quite low. So it's okay if they can reach me, come to me. My Instagram handle is at Nobi Stores, and my phone number 0703-4020-766, or even the phone number on the flyer of this program. So anybody that gets through to the flyer can, you know, call the number on the flyer and the person can be directed to me. So you can do it and then you earn your decent income. So it's not something you need to invest so much in, just for you to have an arrangement with anybody that is giving you an order. So you can, you know, make your little margin, and over time, the turnover, you know, is quite impressive depending on how you intend to go about it. But that is just for me that I'm, you know, doing designers. There are also, you know, perfume oils and some other cheaper variants that people might want to go into. And of course, I have the contact and connection for that. So anybody that is interested in that should also get across to me and then we'll work it out. But it's something I encourage, even a student. Yeah, because my daughter also sells. My daughter sells and She also makes her money. She was selling for me initially, but at some point she started selling for herself. So she also makes money doing that. So anybody that wants to do that can get through to me and then we can work it out.
So basically what you're saying is that is the sort of business you can start without money. If you have the contacts, if you have the customers, then you can go to people like yourself, get the products and then sell to the customers and then make a margin in between. Is that what you're saying?
Exactly what I'm saying. So you can start it with little or no margin. So you get your money from your customers and you deliver to them, or maybe you buy, sell, deliver to them, and then when they pay you, you just very little margin, because perfumes are in hundreds, in thousands. So not one brand alone. Maybe Coco Chanel can have as many. I think they have more than 20 different variants. So how many would you stock? How many would you not stock? So it's very capital intensive. So it's not even something anybody that it's not fully ready can go into. So it's really, really hard capital intensive. So there are ways to circumvent that and still make your margin in between.
Okay, thank you very much. So if you are joining us, you're listening to the Imo Economy Study Network webinar series, where we explore opportunities in Imo State, and is organized by the Office of the Chief Economic Advisor to the Imo State government, and to very much supported by the governor himself, distinguished Senator Hope Uzodimma, who is keen to ensure that we have shared prosperity and everyone participates and also that industries work for all in Imo State. So let me move over to Lydia now. I don't know if your network will permit you to introduce yourself and then tell us how your business works.
Okay, I said I'm a makeup artist. So that's what I do. And I'm also into fashion. So basically, I really do not have any makeup brands of my own for now. But then I use other products to do my work. So that's what I do. I'm into beauty, I'm into makeup, making people look good for their occasion. That's what I do.
Okay. So how did you get into this business?
Oh, I got into the business because I always have flair for, how do I put it now? I just like seeing people look good. I just like seeing people look beautiful, look outstanding. So I had a flair for that. And right since childhood, I've been doing it, even the little way I can. So with that, I went into the business. That was 2014, 15 thereabouts. I trained on how to be a professional makeup artist. So that was where I started from.
Okay. So is it a lucrative business?
Yes, it is. If you ask me, it's a lucrative business if you know what you're doing.
Okay.
It is.
And where are you based?
I'm based in Lagos.
Okay, fine. So if somebody where wants to start this business, what would you encourage the person to do? What is the secret of the trade?
The secret of the trade is, first and foremost, you need to know how to do the job very well. You need to be trained, fully trained, to know how to do the job very well. And then, you also need to know the products you're supposed to use that will make your job come out very well as well. I think that aside from learning, you also need to know what you need to put in place. And then again, you still need to have a social media handle where you showcase your jobs so that people out there can see your work. Nothing much.
Okay, so if I want to learn about this now, what's the process? Who do I contact? Are there specialists that will train me, or where do I find them?
You can, if you want, I train people. And then aside from that, you can still meet other professional makeup artists to be trained by them. They can train you as well. If you're interested, you can be trained to become a professional makeup artist. Or if at all you don't want to be a professional makeup artist, maybe you want to be just learn to do it for yourself, you can also be trained on that as well.
Okay. Okay, so how much will it cost to do the training on the average?
On the average, you'll be getting like 80 to 100 and above to be trained.
For the training, that's what I mean. Is
yes,
it to be trained?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, from 80, yeah. And that and the training lasts for basically 2 months. Some would say 6 weeks, but mine is 2 months. And then I still give the person room to do other, like go to different jobs with me. So the person will know what the job entails, aside from the studio one we do.
Okay. So, but
So
who will be a typical client? I mean, you have maybe people who are having occasions, wedding, or what sort of people would patronize your business?
For now, I get from brides, from women who are going for weddings or birthday party or want to go for photo shoots. They can patronize. Then for those into music, they can also come into because they will need makeup before they shoot their videos and all that. So anyone can be your client depending on what the person wants to do.
So basically what you're saying is that you can create your own markets and also find your own clients. Say, for example, you can be attached to even a photography studio or a music studio,
Yes,
or even
of course,
television, yeah?
of course, yes.
Okay,
100%,
that's
you can.
okay. Okay, that's fine. But how then do you get your clients? What is the process? How do you go about getting new business?
Okay, two ways I get my clients. One, by posting my jobs. Others, I got them through referrals.
Okay, what does that mean in a layman's term?
Okay, probably if let's say for instance, I did your makeup, I did the makeup for you, and then a friend or a colleague might just say, like, wow, I like your look. Who did it for you? Please, can you give me her contact? Let her do my makeup. That's just what I mean by referral. Someone referring you.
Okay. Well, many people would just think that women do their makeups, right? They don't need professionals to do that.
No. Women, they do, because these days you hardly see any woman without a professional makeup and without a good looking makeup. You know, when you do your makeup yourself, it's totally different from when a makeup artist works on you, except you are trained. Except you're a makeup artist, that's when you can work on yourself perfectly well. And one will say, oh, this is the touch of a makeup artist. But when you did not learn about it at all and you work on yourself, there is a huge difference between someone that was properly made up and you that did your makeup yourself. So there's a huge difference. So these days, women, they go to parties not looking bad, they look good. They go for makeup, they go to makeup parties so that they can be made up for the occasion.
Okay, how much will it cost per client, just roughly? It might not necessarily be a price, but if somebody, how much will it cost?
It depends on location. It depends on the location. In some locations, they take 20. In some, they take 15. Some, they take 10 for studio makeup. Why some, they take 8. So it depends on the location. Why some, they take 5. Yes, it depends on the location. It depends on the location, yes. And again, it depends on the location and the products being used as well.
Okay. But before I move to Spiffy, I would think that beauty is more like a composite, how will I put it? A composite idea, in the sense that it's not just the face, you're also looking at the hair and other things that complement it. So if you do only one and not the other, I mean, the beauty will not come through, right?
Yeah, that is why. Oh, okay. Are you still on with me, sir, or you're just speaking generally?
I want you to reflect on that before I bring in Spiffy. Yeah.
Okay. Yes. Me personally, like, that's why I tag my business as fashion and beauty. Aside from that, I believe it's total beauty. I style hair as well. I style hair, I do makeup, and I make outfits. So most of my clients, I take up everything, I style them. So it's not just only face. I go beyond that. I dress you up totally from head to toe. Yes, that's what I do.
Okay, you do. Yeah, okay. That is good to mention that as well.
Yeah. I do that totally. Both from I style your hair, I do your makeup, and I make your outfits for you. So depending on what you want, I do everything totally.
Okay, fine. And where will people find you? You haven't told us. Although you're in Lagos, how can we find you?
Yeah, I stay in number 16 Sola off Ago Palace, Kota, Lagos.
And you'll be happy to train somebody in Imo State so that you can also extend your services to Imo State. Wouldn't that be a good opportunity for you?
Of course.
So
Of course,
yeah,
I
you can
can
also
do
give
that.
us the
If the
yeah,
time
if you have
permits me, I
social
can.
media handles where somebody can follow you up and say, I want to get trained by you and also do what you do in Owerri. Maybe you can coach them, mentor them to be as successful as you are. Okay, great.
My social media handle is Lithium Perfect Fit for the fashion and then Lithium Creations for the makeup. But currently I'm working on something because I want to merge them all together so that they won't be on separate pages. So for now, I'm working on it.
Okay, great. Thank you very much. So, Spiffy, tell us more about
welcome,
the
sir.
skin business. I mean, skin beauty, right? So, who are your clients?
Okay, thank you, sir. I mean, there is need for everybody to have a healthy skin. What is life without healthy skin and beautiful skin? Okay, my clients are different places. I have clients from Lagos, Abuja, Owerri, Dublin, US. I have a lot of customers, different places. So if you're not a working customer, you could buy online. We'll send your products across to you. Online consultation are available as well. We consult online, we recommend products, we send.
But how lucrative is the business? Because I guess you also be competing with big brands. So, and some of the people who can afford your services may want to look towards known brands. So how do you deal with that? First, how lucrative is the business for you?
Like I said earlier on, if you know what you're doing, first of all, you need to know what you're doing. If you're good, people will find you, no matter where you are, no matter the amount you've placed your product or your spa services treatments. If you're good, they will find you. It's a very good business if you train yourself and keep upgrading yourself. Because it's not because you're good here, you want to remain there. You need to always upgrade yourself so that your competitors will not go ahead of you. So the business is very, very good, very lucrative.
Okay. So, but you're based in Owerri, right?
Yes, I'm based in Owerri. We're located at Ikenebu, number 3 Ikenebu on AGK.
Okay. So how many people can you train at a time?
I do 15 at a time. I don't like the class too bulky. Usually what I do is private class.
Okay.
Usually
so what does that mean? Well, when you say you do private class, just tell us so that somebody out there listening can approach you for help.
Okay. Some people will say, I just want to train only on skincare. And some will say, teach me everything about skincare and spa services and even laser. So when you put them together, it's more money. But if you want to concentrate only on skincare and spa is a class that I do. I don't take more than 15 students because when they are crowded, when they are so much, they don't really pay attention and find people not really getting so interested. So I like to take the class badge by badge. Maybe I do this set this month. The training is not more than 1 or 2 weeks. If there is spa services involved, it's 2 weeks, 14 days training. Then if it's just skincare, is 1 week. So we pick them badge by badge to train.
Okay, and how much would that cost?
We're taking 150,000 now to train because we'll source the raw materials ourselves. You won't tell them to get it because they don't know what to get. They're just a novice. So you have to provide the raw material for them to at least do their first practical before they are able to start sourcing their own. Maybe in a situation whereby they don't pass their practical more than twice, then you tell them source your material to do your practical so you'll be able to pass it. So because of the price range in markets now, we're training for 150,000 naira for 2 weeks for skincare and spa treatments with laser.
So the duration is 2 weeks, you said?
Yes, 14 days. Intensive.
14 days. So I pay 150,000 naira. You train me for 14 days. What happens afterwards? So will I go and open my own business or shop, or how does it work?
You don't even need a shop to start off. You can do that right in your room. Do you know, when I started my formulation, I was formulating in my room. You see baths. I'll soak this soap, I'll soak this soap, because you need to soak your soap up to like 1 week for you to emulsify very well and for you to get what you want. So you need to soak for at least 7 days. So you see bath, you just see things as in till I was able to, because I needed a very big space. Yeah. So as of then, I got this place and I was working on this place. So I was using my room to work. So you don't even need a shop. If your product is good, you don't even need to open a shop, except you're maybe going into spa sections. Only skincare, you can work from home and you put up your products on social media. You can use your WhatsApp for business. You can use your all your social media handles. Say there, they just make orders, make payments, and you ship them to wherever the person is. So you basically don't need a shop.
Yeah, but what is the size of the market in Imo State? So what is the demand like? Because I don't know. I mean, what would then interest somebody to come in? If the market is big and exciting, people will come in. But if it's just a small business, a small market, it might not require a lot of people in it. What do you think?
Owerri is coming up, you know.
It's Imo State here, right? Beyond Owerri as well. So you have Okigwe, you have
Imo State, you know, they're actually coming up. I would say I have my almost 50% of customers from here, because most of them will tell you, I don't know, something like this is in Owerri. I usually order from Lagos. And you know, we like to look down on ourselves, but eventually when you convince them to buy and they buy, they'll be like, wow, it's actually good. You don't even need to advertise yourself. They will come with their friends. Once your product is good, they will find you. That's how I was able to build my customer base, because they will come, they will buy. Then when they're coming next time, they're coming with a friend, or someone has pimples and you're able to treat those pimples and it's off. You see, the next time she's returning, she's coming with a friend. Where did you get this done? You know, where are you sure? And you see, they are coming. You understand?
Okay. Okay, great. Before I bring in the Honorable Commissioner for Industries, let me ask you, what challenges do you have? What are some of the challenges you encounter in your business?
Challenges I get in my business. Okay, you know how it is. This skincare product stuff, it's more, I don't want to use the word I'm supposed to use, but you know, people now, they are never satisfied. They want to try this one and they want to try another and they want to try another. So in the process, they end up damaging their skin and they're returning back for you to treat. You're starting all over again, one. Then secondly, for you to actually meet up to that big brand you want, you actually need capital as well. You actually need capital, because the money you make, you literally put everything in, especially when you start on a very bare surface. You need to get your machines. When you're doing spa services and laser treatments, the machines are very expensive. So you have—
What sort of money are we looking at? How much would the machines cost?
Teeth whitening machine is about 300,000. Okay. Body sculpting, the one that is for belly fat reduction therapy, is about 400,000. We have some cheap machine, like the one for steaming the face is about 100.
But you don't need to provide this money all yourself. Somebody can invest. So if you have a good idea and you want people to invest in the business, would that be an option for you to do that?
I've gone beyond, I have those machines already.
Okay, so if another person is starting, can you advise that?
Yes, yes. When I was starting, actually, I wanted somebody that will invest, because it's a whole, if you want to actually set up something really big, for skincare, you don't need so much to start. With 100,000, you can start. But now I'm talking about the spa aspect of it and the laser. So that aspect, you will need somebody to actually invest in you. Yeah.
So what would you want the government to do for you?
I would want to get a bigger place, because it's more like hair doesn't enter me again. Okay. So if I get that push I need to get a bigger place, I would really appreciate it. And I don't have all the machines yet.
So how many people do you employ?
I have 4 core staff and 3 contract staff.
Okay, so when you grow, you employ more people. So, Honorable Commissioner, let me invite you in at this point. Great. Yeah, so you're on, Honorable Commissioner. So do you want to reflect on what you have had so far? Yeah.
In fact, thank you, everybody. Thank you for having me. The issue I'm having at this network keeps breaking and they keep getting disjointed. I'm not able to comprehend very well what she has been saying. I keep going off and on. But I can't really speak on what she just, her presentation, because I couldn't coordinate it.
No problem. I think she was talking more.
If you give me a little of what she said, I can speak on it.
Yeah, maybe if you can recap exactly what you want government done for you. So the Honorable Commissioner is listening. If you think there are challenges the government can help resolve, so this is a chance for you to do that.
Okay, thank you very much, sir. Like I was saying, my space is not large enough to take me any longer because the business has actually gotten to a certain stage. And there's some machines that we actually need to keep the work going. This is the measure, the capital aspect of it is really challenging. So that is the area I will appreciate if government will come in to help. Because I mean, why would people travel all the way to Lagos and Abuja to get these things done when we already have people that are good in what they are doing, but they just need a push?
So Honorable Commissioner, you're mute again. Is it your system throwing you out?
Yes, I'm back on it.
Okay.
Hello, you can hear me.
So did you hear what she said?
Yes, I got what she said. Okay. The major thing, the highlight is that she's thinking that if she gets a push, that she will that if she gets a push, that she will do better, and she's thinking that if government can help to assist.
Yes.
Yes, government assisting you, government, there are a lot of small scale empowerment that is going on. I don't know whether you've heard about them. If you can key into one of them, I believe that could help. Then in the future, I don't know if you know about what BOI, Bank of Industry, we're trying to get them on board so that small loans can be given to small enterprises, medium enterprises, so they can actually expand and pay. That the area government could make the environment more conducive and give you a platform. What government can do to give you a platform that you could excel. So when we get that done, that will be a way of making you have access to funds, to facilities that could grow your business. I don't know whether that makes sense to you.
Yes, talking about platform, if government can actually give us a platform to train people, that would really help. That would really help. I mean, going to the bank to take a loan, you have to pay charges and all that. But giving us a platform to get students, even if we need to bring the prices down and train students, I mean, this is knowledge you already have now. So if that platform can be given to us to train people on skincare and spa treatment, that would really be a nice one.
So what do you mean by a platform?
If the platform she's talking about now, from if I can understand what she means, is maybe like posting people to have to train. Yeah, there's a program that NDDC runs on that, skill acquisition. So you might need to get to NDDC. What they do, they post people to you, you train them, they pay you. Is that what you mean?
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
Yes, that's a program that runs on that, but it's being run by NDDC.
Okay, fantastic. So we should make that connections to Spiffy. We can also connect you to the Honorable Commissioner after this, so you can explore other opportunities with him. But let me move to Jovita, and then say, Jovita, based on what you've had, right? So what would be a good way to encourage somebody who is looking at joining, somebody who wants to join this business, the business, if you look at, you can reflect on the challenges as well. So you have been doing this business, probably it's not all been rosy, right? So for somebody coming into it, what sort of challenges should that person bear in mind so that they don't get easily discouraged once they start it?
Oh, yeah. Well, like every other business, there are associated challenges. And this is not an exception. Sometimes, the exchange rate, the volatility of the exchange rate is such a big factor. Sometimes you conclude on someone with on a price, and by the time the product comes in, the price changes, and you have to go back to the person. Sometimes, I've had to bear the loss, in order to, retain the relationship. And other times, I've had to maybe lose one or two clients because of that. So of course, that is just, one of the prevalent problems. And then another challenge could be when somebody is not made up his mind, and then by the time she's ready or he's ready, and then the product's not available anymore. And it goes out of stock and you have to manage the relationship. You have to manage because you can't keep it on hold for so long for anybody. So these are some of the things, but the major one is availability. And another key one is just the price, especially at this time of exchange rate fluctuation. But beyond that, a couple of other challenges we can manage and handle. Then the delivery is also another factor, because sometimes people come to you, perfume is something that nobody ever gets to have enough of. You could just go to people's collection and you see as many as 12, 20 bottles and all that. So it's something a lot of people are addicted to. It's now that I've come to realize that much. So you find out that somebody calls you in the morning, please, can you deliver this afternoon? It's my wife's birthday, it's my friend's birthday, is this? And then you're relying on the logistics people, you call them to deliver. They could actually disappoint you. So that's another challenge when you have already made your promise that the delivery could be done, same day, and then they are not able to. So these are some of the challenges we have to deal with. But then in order to manage it, I have a couple of logistics companies I'm registered with that, I have a contract with, so it makes it a bit easier. But, that's not to say the challenges are completely eliminated, but they're just reduced minimally.
Hmm. But what about the challenges of getting customers? I mean, because for this, for somebody who is new in it, I think to a large extent, it will depend on the person's network and relationship.
Yes, to a large extent, because it's a very tricky business. It's something that people deal with you on trust. When people, because I actually started from my friends, my colleagues, and probably my parishioners in church, and like that. So that is based on trust, actually, because that there are quite a lot of counterfeits in perfume business. So that's why people were a little uncomfortable. Some of them will say, oh, no, I buy from America, I buy from UK, I buy from here, there. And then over time, they've come to realize that, yes, it's the same thing. And sometimes, at a better price. So that's why some of them, as they are coming back, probably from their travels, they place their orders with me, and then they deliver to their friends. I mean, their loved ones, some of them in a bid to support me, and others in, just to save a little money, because you compare prices and realize that you're going to save a little, buying from me. So getting customers, yes, is a big challenge, but one needs to be consistent. There's nothing selling. So if people have to get used to your water as a brand before they can start buying it. So it's not easy to get customers, but over time, depending on how you package yourself, how you try to appeal to them, yeah, they will maybe give you a trial. Sometimes I've had to give someone a product, don't pay me, just use it, and then if you're not comfortable, then you can decide not to pay, just because I'm confident that what I'm offering them is the real deal. So there are the challenges of getting customers are there, but yeah, you have to keep reaching out. First, you have to start from the people you know, and then secondly, those you don't know. Once your price is good and they believe what you're getting is from the source. And some people go as far as asking you, what's your source? How do you get this? What are are you sure? So by the time they ask you questions on the brand and you understand it and tell them, and maybe if there are new product introductions, I personally, I'll, send to my customers, this product is just launched and all of those. So it gives them a bit of comfort to say that, yes, I know for her to know all of this going on in the perfume industry means that she actually, is connected to the right source. So getting customers is not easy and would never be easy, but over time, the person will be fine.
Okay. I think one thing I'm taking away from your product or business is that one is you can start it without money, right? So as long as you have relationships and people you can convince to buy or use them, then you're great. Then the other thing is that it requires good networks, and it might also help people too. So yeah, money shouldn't be a barrier here. That's what I'm hearing, right? Which makes it very, very interesting and attractive. So if you are just joining us, we are still on the IMO Economy Study Series webinar series organized by the Office of the Chief Economic Advisor to the Imo State Government. And today we are looking at opportunities in beauty and cosmetics, and we have an array of good panelists who are dimensioning their products and services in ways that will make them interesting for people who are already established in their businesses, who may want to use their products and services, and also for people who are interested to explore, who are keen to see if this could be an opportunity for them. So you don't need a lot of money to go into perfume business. All you need here will be good networks and ability to sell the products. So let me turn over to Lydia, who is a makeup artist, to again reflect on what she has had so far and think of anything she can contribute. I want you to, listening to Jovita and Spiffy, how do you think your business can complement what they do?
I really don't know how to go into that right now because
Or, I mean, what other thoughts do you have
quite
in mind in terms of what the theme of the conversation? What would you want our listeners to know about your business, the challenges in particular? Because, I mean, we started with the opportunities, but it's also good to reflect on some of the challenges.
Okay, the challenges in question one is transportation. First and foremost, because there are times you have a job, and then judging from the time you need to get to to the location, and then you might get how do I put it now? You might be trapped in the traffic, and again carrying your things around. It's not just something you can just come down and say, okay, let me just carry it and cross over. I know that is not easy. So you need to be mobile. One, aside from being that, if you don't have a car, you need to work with Uber or with a taxi. Now that they've banned Okada, so there is no point going with any of that. That would have been the fastest means of transportation to get to your next location. But aside from that, that's just, to me, that's just the challenges I have. And then the challenge I have in makeup business, trying to meet up with my clients. Then any other one has to come with my clients personally. Personal, that's the personal thing. So if you know how to maneuver your clients or know how to treat them or know how to relate to them, that's just it. Aside from that, I don't think I have any other challenge.
Okay, but you need to look good to yourself. I mean, in terms of...
Of course, you have to look good. Of course, you have to look good. Although, but sometimes it's not easy anyway. It's not easy. Because judging from my own aspect, because I'm into fashion, I'm into beauty. So there are times you see me, I'm out. You will not even recognize me because I'm trying my best to meet up with clients' demands and all that. So there are times you will not even recognize. Then there are times when you see me, you won't even know I'm the person. So there are times I go for bridal makeover, and when people see me in the morning doing the bride's makeup, yeah, they have seen me. But when they see me in the occasion, they don't recognize me anymore. Like, are you really the makeup artist? I say, yes, I'm the one. So I know the job requires one to look so that people can trust you. That basically, that has to do with the fashion, everything all together. Because if you don't look good, people won't really trust you. If you don't look good, people can't come to you and say, oh, this. Because good things, when you look, good things attract people. It's attractive. It's attractive. So one has to look good, honestly. One has to look good. Say someone who is going to the business newly. You really need to look good. You need to.
Mm.
So that your clients, your new clients can trust you and trust your work. So aside from that, nothing much.
Okay. But I'm just trying to see if I can draw you to reflect on the possible ethical issues involved. You know, we've been talking about beauty here as if it's a neutral space. Beauty in itself is contested, and people also say beauty is in the eye of the beholder, right? And there is also this temptation to suggest that to be beautiful, we need to look like the West, like Oyibo people. So
No,
how,
don't really need to.
where do you, what do you think about that? And what are the possible personal challenges in terms of these products we market and the things we promote? Because I'm thinking that some people who may not be able to afford them, if they don't have high self-confidence, might also be affected. So if you look at what you do in relation to the impact on society, is this something you can reflect on, Lydia?
Okay. In terms of makeup, we have high-end products, and then we also have the drugstore products that want those who can't really afford the expensive ones, they can get those ones as well.
Hmm.
If they really want to look good. So you shouldn't, it's not something you need to go and break your bank card, take all the money you have to buy. No. We have
But
those
what's
who
wrong with
use
being
natural.
natural? Is there anything wrong in being natural?
There is nothing wrong in being natural, but when you're going for an occasion, no. If you look at our world today, even the white, they look more natural than us. Let me just be honest with you. They look more natural than us. They don't really do much that we do. The blacks, I will just be honest with you. Because the way we carry this makeup thing. But at the end of the day, it sure makes you look good. It makes you look extremely good. Like it's now, it's like as if it's a competition. You can't just go to a wedding without, you just be left out. It looks as if nobody is recognizing you at all. Honestly speaking, your pictures won't even come out fine. You will see the difference. You will see the difference. It's not that it's not good to look natural. You can look natural on your day-to-day activities. But when you have that special occasion or birthday or something very important, please, you need to like touch up your face. You need to look good. It goes beyond you just wearing a good dress with your face looking so dull. So you
Okay.
need to dress after wearing your clothes. You wear your makeup as well. And like Sir Jovita said, you also need to wear your perfume to complement everything. And then
Hmm.
with what Coco and Stevie said about your skin need to glow as well. That's the total package. It's a
Mhm.
total package. The glow your skin, you wear your perfume to look nice. Because there's no okay after doing your makeup and then wearing a good clothes and then you're smelling bad. That means you're not you're not complete. And then your skin needs to look flawless as well. So all these things, they all come together. They all come together. And likewise the hair as well. You need to make sure your hair look nice as well. So
And your nails,
that's
eh?
my own point. Yeah, and your nails as well. All those things, your face, everything that has to make you look good. But that the one for nails
Yes, so
doesn't
yeah,
have to do
yes.
with only the ladies as well. The guys as well, they do their pedicures and manicures. Yes. Yes.
Okay, great. I mean, that's fine. That's fine. So I know we have all women on board. Is this beauty cosmetic business all about women? Can men participate? Do you have men who participate also in this business?
Of course, of course. Some of the makeup products we use, they are being produced by guys. They are being owned by guys. Yes,
Okay, okay,
yes.
okay, fine. Spiffy, do you have any thoughts about this? What you've had so far? Anything you think we should know about your business? Either the opportunities or the drawbacks? Yeah.
Okay, thank you, sir. Let me announce again, we'll be having a physical training coming up soon. I just want to empower the youth, the young ones, to be able to make money for themselves. I mean, it doesn't require so much. You make money for yourself, you're able to produce your products that you can also use. What is life without? There is need for you to have a handwork, and this skincare formulation is very easy. You produce to use for yourself and you sell to make money as well. We'll have a physical training coming up soon. Don't miss it. You can chat us on this number 070-354 11220. Check us on Instagram at Fifi Beauty Was Spa. Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much, Dr. Judith Zako, my co-moderator. Good morning. And we have been discussing the business of beauty and cosmetics, and some of them might need investors coming in to help them, because although the money talked about is not large sums of money. So with the 100,000, 300,000, 400,000, you can get good equipment that can help you in beauty business. So I wonder, I mean, from where you stand, maybe you can share a few thoughts and see if there are investors interested in this space as well.
Thank you, Prof. I'm really sorry I joined, not probably sure of the timing, but certainly for these micro businesses, there are a lot of investors that want to engage with the proprietors to see how they can grow. As you know, we are in a very global community now. So we can get funds not just from this country, from some of our brothers and sisters in diaspora who are looking to invest in micro businesses. So the important thing is that those of them that are involved in this sector need to have focus, have structures where no matter how small the business is, it has to be properly structured. And what do I mean? If you're running that business, you must have a business account. That's a good starting point. Make sure you have a relationship with your bank manager, and your cash flow, your sales returns can be seen on a daily basis. And if possible, have your company registered. And also think about things you can do to ensure that the product or whatever you're coming up with is standardized. It has some kind of measure that the ordinary consumers will feel confident to acquire those products. That's okay. What I want to say. Thank you.
Thank you very much. And that leaves us now with a few seconds to thank the panelists, Jovita Agu, Jane Ezeka, and Lydia Amakude. Thank you for making time today to be with us. I also thank the Honorable Commissioner for Industries, my colleague, Architect Onumajuro. I also thank my co-moderator, Dr. Judith Zako, who is the director of the Imo State Investment Promotion Agency, and also my team members, Adeza Shaheme and Jovita Agu. So this is our last session for the year, and it leaves me with the opportunity to say Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays, and Happy New Year. And we meet you again in January and continue this. Thank you for your time.
Thank you,
and have a nice
Thank you. Thank you, moderator. Before I leave,
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir.
Can I just say something?
Okay, Honorable Commissioner, please. Yeah.
Yes, I just want to, I've been network has made me not to flow with this program today, but I just want to give a message that one of the essence of the government being involved is to hear how we can help. So let them not think we are not recording, we are getting feedback. Is take the feedback back to the system, we process it, and see the best way we can deal with them. So we have had all they are saying. And rest assured that we'll take it up there. And His Excellency, his government is government that has a face. He's trying to see how everybody can take the prosperity government we are preaching. So I've had all their problems, all the things we should do. So it's all about gathering them down and then see how best we can do it for them to benefit. Thank you all. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you. And it's a nice point to end. Bye-bye.
Thank you, people. Bye.